Hey guys, it's Bug Out Bundy. Thanks for watching. This is the video that a lot of people have been waiting for. The full contents of all of my medical kits. Now I know it's not the sexiest topic in the world, but it is one of the most important. So I have 3 full kits and one little first aid boo-boo kit that I carry with me every day. So I'm gonna kind of dive into everything. So my 3 kits that I have are my Maxpedition Mini Organizer. This is for my EDC Get Home bag. Then I have my Maxpedition Chubby Organizer. This is my main first aid kit for my bug out bag. And then also attached to the outside of my bug out bag is my trauma kit. Now a trauma kit and a medical kit are not the same thing. Trauma deals definitely generally with trauma. Gunshot wounds, stab wounds, trauma. First aid kit deals with first aid, cuts, bruises, nicks, scrapes, sprains, and all that other stuff, okay? So I'm just gonna dive right in. So this is the little boo-boo kit that I carry on my person in my part of my EDC every day. Just something I put together in a plastic Ziploc bag. It's got a little bit of clotting gauze. It's got bandages, Band-Aids, gauze pads, antibacterial wipes, antiseptic wipes, antibacterial ointment, some leave, some Dayquil. So this all just kind of stays in my back pocket, in between my wallet and my body. So I don't even really feel it's there. I rarely even notice it there. It doesn't create a bulge. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. So I just keep a little bit of medical on my person every single day when I leave the house, okay? Then we'll go into the small kit. Now this kit, as I said, is my main first aid kit for my get home bag / EDC bag. So obviously, you know, in just a get home situation, hopefully, I'm not gonna have too much trauma or anything like that, just a quick little thing just to get me home if I need it. So I'm gonna go into the contents of that right now. I apologize, I still do not have a tabletop. So we're just gonna kind of go like this. Some stuff's gonna fall out, but we'll deal with it. So this is kind of what it looks like. The first, for starters, as you saw fall, I have a soft tourniquet. Very, very important to always have a tourniquet, even in a first aid kit, because this is my one trauma apparatus that I have, okay? So I kind of just dive right in. So right here, I have some of the tape to help secure gauze pads or if bandages aren't sticking, so I just keep that right here. Very, very important whenever you're doing any kind of first aid, the first thing you're worried about is cleanliness. So right here, the first thing I ever do, even if I don't have my gloves on, hand sanitizer. Very important, sanitize your hands. Right here, I have a bunch of safety pins. You never know when you have to safety pin a wound clothes or some clothes or something like that. Here I have a little Gerber utility knife. It's just to cut clothing off, cut tape, cut bandages, whatever have you. So just a little Gerber utility knife with a pocket clip. So I just keep that right here. On this side, I do have I have a new skin. So this is almost like you just put it over a wound and it creates new skin on top, so it helps heal. I also have some Neosporin. I have these little, also this powder wound seal. So it's a hemostatic agent in this powder. You just put it on a wound and it should scab up and all that in a couple days, okay? It just really helps it heal a lot. And then I have one of these little travel Aleve bottles. I took the wrapper off and I put a bunch of different types of pills in here. So I have allergy pills, I have Dayquil, I have NyQuil, I have anti-diarrheal, all that stays in here. Now that's just for get home, so I don't need a lot of it, okay? Obviously just a big gauze pad back here. In this pocket here, I have another little boo-boo kit, pretty much just a small version of the other one. And then I also have some more of Stop Bleeding powder. You can get this from Walmart. It's really, really good stuff. You put it right on top of a wound with the hemostatic agent and it helps stop the bleeding. So that's my small EDC / get home bag first aid kit that I keep right in the front pack. If I have to grab it, it's got the grab handle on it. I just grab it out and get to work. That's on top of what I carry in my pocket. Okay, so that's just with me every day. Now in my bug out bag, my full bug out bag, I have a full, obviously much larger first aid kit. So I'm just gonna kind of go in there. Obviously I do have a cool little swag patch just to identify in an emergency if I'm diving in my bug out bag, because I do have another organizer in there that this is my first aid kit. So it's very, very important to label and mark everything, because in a tough situation, you don't want to have to start thinking about that. So I'm gonna turn it forward, but I don't want the stuff to fall out. So again, first things first, another boo-boo kit. I just have it in a little waterproof, like little plastic bag, okay? And then we also have a triangular bandage. If you don't know how to use one, you can always get a med class and learn how to use one. They're really, really helpful. So this is my full medical tray that I have. As you can see here, I have 2 different types of tape lashed to the organizer. This way you don't want the tape ever falling out. Right here, I have some new skin, another hemostatic agent, very, very important. Sorry, my Neosporin dropped, so the Neosporin's in there as well. I have an eye flush apparatus. I have some rubbing alcohol. and hydrogen peroxide. Now what I did was, these were both clear bottles. Hydrogen peroxide, if anyone that doesn't know, I just learned this the other day from a friend of mine that works at a pharmacy. If you don't know, hydrogen peroxide actually does not work when the light hits it. That's why you always see it come in a dark brown bottle, not a clear bottle like alcohol does. So I just took a little bit of electrical tape. You can see here, I wrapped it around the bottle. So now I have hydrogen peroxide and alcohol, isopropyl alcohol with me every day in my bug out bag. Now right here, I also have another bigger bottle with all different types of pills in it. So I don't want to carry 7 bottles of pills. I'm not going to need an endless supply. So I just put a bunch of anti-diarrheal, allergy medicine, Dayquil, NyQuil, all that stuff right in there. I have an emergency blanket in case someone's doing suffering from hypothermia, and then I have a bunch more, another triangular bandage there. So you can see it's stuffing wounds, packing wounds, wrapping up skin. Now on this side, really a lot of nice little organization here. I have some hand sanitizer. I forget, a tongue suppressor, also a airway. In case there's an issue with breathing, you can punch a hole with a needle and you can give somebody the ability to breathe. I have 2 more of the little things of the hemostatic powder. I've set a little bit of shears just to cut off some clothing if I have to. And then back here, I have another gauze pad and a heat compress. So this is a first aid kit. I might, might have a back problem or any of that. So I keep all that in my bug out bag in this little kit. Now we'll get into my full trauma kit. So this stays on the outside of my bug out bag, right on the left. I do have the shears that go with it. They're attached to the bag, and I have a hard TK4 tourniquet. Very, very important, hard tourniquet. Better than a soft tourniquet. No tourniquets, any tourniquet's better than no tourniquet, but a hard tourniquet's better than a soft. So readily identifiable. This is actually the Condor Rip Away Med Pouch. So there's actually a panel of hook and loop Velcro that is actually what is attached to the bag. And this just sticks on there and wraps over. So when it's time, you can literally just undo the clip, rip this off, and if you had to throw it to somebody, throw it to your friend to do it to you, or an easy way to get access to it. So I really, really love this. I've had this for about 5 years. This is like one of the only pieces of nylon gear from my older setup that I still kept because I just love it. I love everything about it, the organization and all that. So it opens up into a full, pretty much medical tray. All right. Again, boo-boo kit. Every single one of my kits has its own boo-boo kit because at the end of the day, 90% of the issues we're going to have medical is going to be boo-boo, all right, not actually trauma. So now you can see the contents of the kit itself, how it's laid out. I have a little bit of combat gauze right here to stuff a wound so it stops bleeding. I have an ACE bandage for a sprain. I have an Israeli bandage, also with a hemostatic agent on it. And I have a bunch of gauze pads in the back there, sterile gauze pads. Now over here, I have some other interesting stuff. I do have some saline, obviously nitrile gloves. I have a nasopharyngeal airway. Anyone that's not aware of what that is, you can look it up. It's an NPA. It's pretty much if you have a lung collapse, you can use that to breathe, okay? Or if you have an issue over here, an issue with your neck, you stab it, put it there. If you take a first aid class, and you'll understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about. I also have a compression needle right here in case I do have to make a hole in somebody's chest because they stopped breathing. Some more nitrile gloves, a little bit more of the stop bleeding powder as well. So this is a full trauma kit. This is for trauma. Gunshot wounds, stab wounds, bad wounds for whatever, bones sticking out, all that other stuff. So this stays on the outside of my bug out bag. And then I also have a little bit of crazy glue right here. All right, so as you can see, some people may say a little overboard with the medical stuff. I don't think you could ever have too much. Believe it or not, most medical stuff is not very heavy, so you're not really compromising weight at all. It's all real lightweight stuff, so that's why I carry so much of it, because you can never have too much, and ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain. There's not a lot of weight in there. So that's pretty much it, guys. I do appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hop on my Instagram, Bug Out Bundy. If you guys have any questions on any of the gear you see or where you might want to get it or anything like that, just go ahead and direct message me. All right? We'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a good day.